Lights off down there, correct? Yeah. Okay. We have 2 rooms. Can a couple people grab rooms and make sure that we get everything off the floor?
This is what it look like.
So we don't get any shoes, guys. There's 2 rooms right there. If someone wants to click through the rooms. There's a bunch of empty crates down at this end. If you guys can bring the crates down here, let's make them, just make them as neat as you can, but we'll get them ready.
They are working.
I wore the wrong
Wow.
shoes today. No slip. They are slip. Yeah.
They're not black and they're short.
Yes.
They are North America.
Use like running.
It's the closet with the storage room.
I just thought of something I'm going to ask you.
What did you want?
I was telling my husband about your cornbread pizza, and I said that you said you make good cornbread. He said, do you think she'd give us her recipe?
Yeah.
Would you
But I don't get a corn. Is it okay if I take that picture? Oh, you can just ask him, but sorry about that. Oh. But it's like, I don't get a recipe.
You just make, well, if you think of it, just write down kind of what you do.
Okay.
Because I want to try it.
Just Facebook me.
Okay.
It's my name.
But are you under there, Riri Aldrich?
No, sorry.
Okay.
My real name.
Aldrich, I'm Jenny.
Yeah. Because I got to do one on Friday. And I was just like, okay, I'll do
Make a
cornbread.
pizza?
Yeah.
I just want a good cornbread recipe. We buy a mix. We like to make it from scratch.
Okay.
I used to do this for 20 years.
I can't believe they hear all these. They are Miss Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, and they are getting ready for it. And they got their sides. So aren't they pretty, y'all? YouTube, I did this for y'all. This is my volunteer job. I have a YouTube channel.
You do?
Yeah. Okay.
Because there was not anything in the refrigerator cabinet. So I started keeping him to ensure that he got to school and to ensure that he had proper nutrition. And he just had a real team behind him because he's such a smart young boy. Well, anyhow, I started noticing that he would have at the time these lunches. And for me, I thought, how cool that the school, and I thought it was the school providing him these lunches. How cool is it that he's getting these lunches? So at least I can sleep at night because I know he at least has a meal until I can get him the next day. And so when I got ready to, it was actually my director at the time. She said, you really should apply for this job. I really think that you would be a good fit here. And so once I always investigate everything. I'm a thorough investigator. And so I investigated, looked at the website, and saw my nephew's school on there, and that's when my aha moment came. And I said, oh, I have to be part of what is making this possible for my nephew. And so I applied, and here I go. So that is actually, he is my kids' food basket story. Other stories, the sack suppers that you see even up here, and that we talked about a little bit, it really takes very little of your time to be able to get the kids' food basket. I have a number of my colleagues that work at Department of Health and Human Services in foster care, and they see some really gruesome things. Matter of fact, I had 2 opportunities to work there and turned them down 2 times because of the things that the pictures that I was able to see. And so it really takes a strong heart to be able to encounter children that are dealing with so much. But anyhow, they tell my coworkers, not my coworkers, my colleagues, they tell me the stories about these bags and how there are many kids that will, after their sack suppers are gone, they'll hold on to these bags and post them up on their walls and make wallpaper out of them. And they carry them with them from house to house to house because it's consistent. One of our donors here, and they're a pretty wealthy family in this community, and they happen to be foster parents. And she was telling me about her foster daughter, and she said, we feel so bad that we're still taking these sack suppers, but she won't let it go. And so they continue to let her have them. And she won't let it go because That's the one thing that's been consistent for her every single day since they started at Edgewood Elementary for this little 4-year-old child. And so then we have the stories that I told you about, the story about some of the girls over there, our Christmas story. When our Vista, Corey, when he went out after our break, we had just delivered break bags and come back. School had started back in January. And one of the little girls sought Corey out, and she told him that if it had not been for that break bag, her and her brother would have had anything to eat because their mom was on drugs and she had been gone for 2 days. Then we have the stories about our dads, our working parents, because our circumstances are varied. They are many. We have parents that work second shift, and they're just not there to be able to make the meals for their kids. So we have those stories about the single dad living in a hotel with his children, trying to get out of the hotel, working second shift, trying to save, and having to spend money on fast food. But because of these sex suppers, he was able to save money to be able to get them an apartment, so they're no longer living in a hotel. So the stories are many, and there are so many ways that you can involve yourself, even if it's coloring a bag. Those bags make a world of difference to so many children out there. So those are some of the stories, some of the many reasons why you can and should attach yourself to kids in the basket. And lastly, I just appreciate you all. This is the second group. I've had such fun with you. Your personalities are just as wonderful and beautiful as your faces. So. Good luck to all of you all. Thank you for choosing us again. I look forward to hopefully you're choosing us again on next year. Any more staff have any more to say? No? I don't know. So it's going to thank you so much. Do you have any questions?
I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having so fast and efficient. You rocked it out. Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. You guys did a great job.
This is a backdrop, so everybody come over here. And how many staff do we have? Taller ones in the back, shorter ones in the front. You all know the drill.
You're good, Riri. You're good.
This is all for y'all, you two. To see the beautiful ladies. They getting ready to take this picture.
Tighten it up, please. And I'd like the staff. Yeah, okay, that works.
You can stand by your
All the ladies that volunteered today.
Where's the rest of your staff? Yeah, come on, I want you to go.
Get in there. I'm going.
All right. I can see. We might have to make a third row. Front row, come forward. Yeah. We're gonna have to just pull that out the end. Front row, come forward. Okay, I can see up through you. So anybody past that, you gotta come in the front row or farm in third row. Where's the rest of your staff? I'll see if you get the picture. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Sue and Jay.
Hey, I'm in here.
Okay.
How much closer?
Get in the middle.
Everyone step back.
Yeah, back up. Get in the middle.
All right. Now I can get you all. All right.
Okay, y'all, that's my day. It's your girl, Sherry Nicole. Y'all have a blessed day.
Okay, everybody look this
Please
way so I can see if I
subscribe,
got everybody's
comment,
face
and
in
most
here.
of all,
Emily,
y'all have a
Well, I was
blessed
just
day.
trying to place people so you can see all their beautiful faces.
Yep, that's exactly what I will do. I cannot see your face, Ariana. So you need to come, yeah, look through there. There you go. And everybody do me a huge favor. I'm a huge one for eyes. tilt your hat back a little bit, because then they'll see your face, right? Otherwise, they get a shadow from your face down. All right, let's see, everybody, let's see, can I see everybody? Yes, I need you to come, be a little taller.
This is what goes on around here.
Everybody look right here.
These are some of the snacks.
Right just a little bit.